It's time to eat, drink, and be merry with your hosts, Lisa and Nancy.
Welcome, everybody. It is the third Sunday, which means Ruth Milstein, the author of the Gourmand Award-winning recipe book, Cooking with Love, Ventures into the New Israeli Cuisine, is here with us. Her book is in its second printing, which is awesome. You can get it on Amazon. You can go to her website, ruthmilstein.com. All of that will be in the show notes. But today we're very excited because you know what? August is goat cheese month. As far as I'm concerned, every day is a day for goat cheese. And so I said, hey, Ruth, your interview's airing in August. You know we love goat cheese, right? And we love goats. And some of us like to do yoga with goats. But we said, do you have a recipe for goat cheese, to do with something with goat cheese? And she created a delicious garlic bread. It's happy herb goat cheese garlic bread. I mean, if you're going to play with goats, how could you not be happy, right? So she's back on the show today to talk about her garlic bread with goat cheese and Romano cheese because she likes a little extra zing to that. So welcome back, Ruth. How are you?
Very good. Yourself?
Very good. Very good. Right now we're recording up in Burnsville, North Carolina in the Pisgah National Forest in the Smoky Mountains. And now I'm going to have to go out of the forest to go get some goat cheese so that I can make this because garlic bread is one of the best. I mean, who doesn't want garlic bread, whether you're having it as an appetizer or with a pasta meal or some salad. But to put goat cheese, I never thought of putting goat cheese with it. This sounds good, Ruth.
Goat cheese also, it's very easy to work with.
Yeah,
it's around
soft.
all around, and it's easy. It's very cheese that it's hard to work with. They need a lot of help. But goat cheese, you can eat it as it is.
Isn't it also quite light for us? Because I know, like, when I was a baby, I was not good with cow dairy. I wasn't good with, cattle dairy. But so Nancy we actually had goats, and she milked goats and made goat cheese, and I could have goat milk, and I was totally fine. And so I've always, I grew up eating goat cheese, and if I eat too much cow cheese, I still am not that great with it. So goat cheese has always been a thing for me. But I think, isn't that kind of going into the Mediterranean diet? Is this something that you eat a lot of in Israel?
A lot of Italian eat. Yeah, Italian eat a lot of cheese and goat cheese also. And I eat a lot of meals, dairy, not meat really. I eat a lot of and I include goat cheese. It's easy. But always, when you eat dairy, always try to include some fruit or vegetable.
Oh, some fruit or vegetable. Okay.
Tastier. And the eyes looking for more food. They won't be hungry after that.
Well, okay. So a lot of times, like, what about feta cheese? Because, I always thought feta cheese was goat cheese,
feta
but
cheese
if you
salty.
It's really salty, and now I'm seeing that half of the time they say it's feta cheese on the label, but if you read, it's either a combination of cow and goat or not really always goat. You have to be careful. You have to read the labels. So isn't like good feta is like packed in oil, isn't it? Not just those crumbles.
Yes.
You know what I'm talking about in the store.
Yes. I buy it, but I soak it in water.
Oh, wow.
Soak it in water. Oh yeah, soak it in water. All the salt is out. Most of the salt is out. Right.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because too much salt. Because goat cheese, I like the goat cheese that's still really soft, and you can, you can
eat it from the package.
I know. I could just don't put cheese in front of me is the most dangerous thing to me. Cheese and wine. And chocolate. Those are the three things that are the most important in the food. That is the food group. That's my food.
Dark chocolate is healthy also.
See? Well, now, so goat cheese what I like about it is it's light, and you could put it with olives too. Like would you put olives on the garlic bread? Ooh.
The garlic bread, or I eat it also with figs. Goat cheese with figs going beautifully.
Oh, goat cheese and figs. And this is the season for figs, isn't it?
Yes.
Oh, and a little honey. Why do people put honey
as the light
on
meal.
figs?
Yes, can it as the light meal? Or just you spread it on toast.
Mm-hmm.
Spread it
Well,
on toast because the goat cheese it's not hard cheese. It's very very soft cheese.
soft. Yeah,
Crazy.
and you can get it crumbled, which is also nice. But
Yes.
Ruth, your recipe and everyone, Ruth's recipes up on blendradioandtv.com. It's linked in the show notes. Her happy herb goat cheese. What's interesting about this is that you take this, you've got a little bit of Romano cheese that's grated. You've got dried basil that's minced, minced fresh parsley, garlic cloves that are minced, the crumbled goat cheese, and you do a French bread baguette. But it's interesting to me that you're using the dry basil. I mean, can we use fresh basil? I know a lot of us are at the end stages of it. Would that be okay?
Useless because it's going to be too.
Too overpowering.
Yeah, too powerful. Yeah.
Okay. And the parsley's good for us, isn't it?
Yes, everything good for us. All the green good for us. And parsley, it's really green. Look at the color.
Mm.
Really
Well,
green.
I like this because you basically you're making this in. Oh, and you put a half a cup of butter that's softened, not margarine, right? It has to be butter.
Not margarine.
No margarine. Okay. So you're blending in your recipe. You say to take the Romano cheese, the butter, the basil, the parsley, and the cloves, and you blend that together. And then you're basically spreading it on the baguette because you cut that open, right? So it's crosswise. So you take like the loaf and you cut it alongside so the crust's on the outside, right? And so you're spreading that on there. So you're not baking the goat cheese till later in there.
No, you don't have to. It's going to be goat cheese. If you bake it, it's going to melt.
Okay. So you want that at the end?
No.
Okay.
It's great with fruit. Whenever there is goat cheese, there is honey and figs together. When I make never goat cheese, honey, figs go together.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, hey, and it's that time of year.
Consider it as a meal, not as a snack.
You're telling the figs, the honey, and then the goat cheese. That's like a snack. But then the bread, would you take this as a snack, or would you put it with a salad? Would you put it as like with pasta? The garlic bread.
It's already meal. You can eat it as a snack, really. If you have the fruit, you have the bread, you have.
Put it with figs. You want figs on the side. Yeah, it is that season of the fig season. And Israeli cuisine, you use a lot of figs, don't you?
Yes. Yeah. And fig is available. It's available. Not like before.
Raccoons like them. I know our friends who have fig trees, they're always seeing raccoons in them. They go out in the middle of the night. If you have a fig tree in the middle of the night, just go shine a light on there like at midnight and see if you see a bunch of little eyes looking at you. You're going to see raccoons eating your figs. They're cute. Other people don't like them, but I do. I think they're very cute. But I like this because this is really easy to do. It's something like if you have someone coming over real quick, Ruth, the unexpected person, you could pop this in the oven real quick.
Very quick. Or without oven, you can just roll it with the lettuce. You roll the cheese with the lettuce and a little bit honey on top.
You know what we had the other day? When we came here to Burnsville, our friends welcomed us with dinner, and they made ravioli, and we had salad. And she goes, we need an appetizer because we, of course, immediately started drinking wine together, And she goes, well, we need an appetizer. And she's got a vegetable garden here with tomatoes and cucumbers and everything. And she went and took real flatbread and grilled the flatbread real quick. So it was all heated, but like toasted, right? And
Yes.
she took cucumbers. She sliced fresh from the garden, Ruth. Sliced the
Yes.
cucumbers, put it on top of the bread, and just sprinkled the Romano cheese on top of it. We didn't need any more spreads or anything because the
No.
cucumber is moist, and the cheese, it was perfect.
Thank
There
you.
was like a little,
Yes.
and because there's a difference between when you grow your own cucumbers. Oh my gosh, it's like a whole other world. It was delicious. It was yummy.
Everything fresh is yummy.
hmm
Everything fresh is yummy.
We're still at that time of year, all the way into the pumpkin time and when the figs start coming out, like, that it's starting to turn into fall season, depending on where you live, I suppose. But, it's just that we're at that end of summer and we're still hot and warm, but I like this. I like this recipe even for the holidays, I think this
It
is
is
good
for
for the
holidays.
holidays.
Great for holidays. Great for holidays.
Yeah.
So it's light. It's even a cheese, it's light. Right.
And the French bread is it's not too much when you do a baguette. It's not too much bread when you share it either. Well, the other thing I wanted to bring up, isn't Romano cheese a little less weight on the body when you play with Romano cheese?
Yeah, you have to wait because now they're changing the writing there. They're changing. They said we're changing. You have to read it. They won't tell you what they changed. Once it's writing there, it's written on the package. They won't tell you what they changed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
They want you to read it.
Yeah.
And that's it. And sometimes
or
it's
just
so small you can't read nothing.
Yeah, well, that's why you try to get what you can local,
Yes, I know.
Yeah, out by you in Napa, there's Point Reyes. Out by the National Seashore, they've got these amazing creameries, Point Reyes Creamery. Oh my gosh. They do goat cheese from, they're feeding off the hills, and goat cheese can be different flavors depending on what the goats are eating. And it's fascinating, and you interview cheesemongers and you interview the farmers of what they're doing with the goats. It's like, hey, every day could be a different batch of cheese. Maybe they're eating chives one day and some clover, and you'll taste that in the goat cheese. Does that happen in Israel with goats? Do you eat a lot, they change their flavor that way?
Change flavor. Oh yeah, they change flavor, they change packaging, they change everything. Try it. You don't like it, return it.
Yeah. Or just, give it to somebody else. Give it to someone else.
No, don't return. Don't going to return it. To whom?
Well, share with your friends. Share with your friends. But now, do you like olives with your goat cheese? I know you like figs, but do you like olives?
I like olive all day around. Olive, I took it with water before.
Take the salt.
All the salt, and I can eat as much as I can. I love olive. Olive is very healthy. Very healthy. Yeah, once it's not salty, it's really healthy.
Okay, so we've done the olives. Now we're getting into the Italian food, right? So would you take goat cheese and put it, like if you made like ravioli or lasagna or a pasta, you don't want to melt it, obviously, like you said, you sprinkle it on afterwards. Would you take goat cheese and put it on top of like a pasta dish?
Absolutely. But in the end, otherwise it's going to melt. It's going to be almost like milk in the end.
Okay, only the end.
Pasta is hard.
Okay, and then it can keep its flavor and everything. That's good, man. Well, that's just a little bit of goat cheese, everybody. Goat cheese is good. It's nice and soft. You can have it on crackers. We eat goat cheese on crackers because you can spread it on nicely. There's just so many things you can do with the fabulous world of goat cheese. I think August is goat cheese month, but in June they actually have a goat cheese day where everybody the world goes out and eats goat cheese all in that one day. I don't know who creates all these holidays, but I'm all for goat cheese.
Really, we like to have it all year round.
Yeah, exactly. Goat cheese is everything, man. It goes with everything. Now, with this herb goat cheese garlic bread, the happy herb, she says happy herb. Now, Ruth, everybody's going to giggle at that and go, what you putting in there? What kind of herb is in this? It's parsley.
Herbs
But,
usually are the green, or any green that you like.
yeah,
Just
because
fresh
you could even,
and slice it or cut it very, very thin and mix it. Delicious. Heaven.
and you could put even dill, maybe thyme.
Yes.
Ooh,
Everything but fresh.
must be fresh.
Yeah.
What wine would you
And
drink with this?
wrap it with the lettuce.
Oh
Fresh
yeah,
salad.
lettuce is good. Like
You can
arugula,
eat more.
a little arugula,
Whatever. Yeah. Yeah. You can eat more.
and olives.
Yes. Yes. Oh yes.
Arugula,
Olive oil
olives.
is very healthy, but not to drink it.
So Ruth, what wine would you drink with this bread?
I can drink red and white.
I think
Both of
so
them.
too.
Both of them will go. But with
Yeah,
this,
maybe
maybe
a
I will
Pinot
drink white.
Noir. A Pinot Noir might be a nice
Yeah,
balance
also. Yeah.
because it can be
Depends the
pretty.
time of the day. Depends the time of the day. If it's for
Yeah.
lunch, I will try the white.
hmm
Once it's come
Yeah.
afternoon, evening, so to red.
Okay, go to red. Very good.
Okay.
Well, everyone, Ruth's recipe again is on blendradioandtv.com. We've got the link in the show notes so you can follow the directions and make it yourself for whatever occasion or just to have for any time because it's a delicious, easy to make recipe, something that, we probably all have in our pantries and in fridge. Just, the French bread, try and get that fresh, obviously, right? Ruth, you want to get that fresh, but
It's available.
even if your bread's going a little stale, it says a way to use it, right?
Oh
Use it
yes,
up.
I as a toast. I just put
Mhm.
it in the oven. I make it toast. I slice it, make it toast, and I put a little bit cheese.
Yeah,
Yes,
exactly.
and it's delicious. We told us since we were kids, don't throw away bread.
Mm-mm. You can make
No, don't
croutons
throw
too.
away. Yes, yeah, don't throw away bread. You
Mm-mm.
know why?
Don't throw
Mm.
anything away if you can,
Yeah,
because I
yeah.
mean it's a waste.
Especially
People work hard.
Yeah.
hmm
Mm-hmm.
Ruth,
No, that's yeah.
I know this is you're working on your second book, so everyone should know about that.
Second book is
Family
ready.
cooking.
Second book is ready to go. And I have, I'm exaggerating, million people, a publisher wanted to publish it, but they don't want to do anything else.
Well, we'll see what happens with that. So everyone stay tuned with Ruth. And as she comes on the show every third Sunday, we'll find out more as she goes on this publishing adventure of her second book. The first one, like I was saying, is out now, Cooking with Love Ventures